It might be hard to imagine that the approximately 80 residents isolated inside the Spokane Veterans Home have much to do with kids attending a local high school. While decades in age may separate the two groups, there is a common bond that both can understand.
At the beginning of quarantine, like last March when we were in there, I had some friends just write me some letters and mail them to me. And just getting those really lifted me up and was like, wow, these friends really appreciate me even though they can't see me.
Kids from a Mount Spokane leadership class recently chatted with CREM 2. Some are in person in class, while others had to call in from home. Their teacher, Nancy Butts, had sent us a note explaining that the kids had made some special cards for our veterans.
I was watching CREM one night and I saw this story about these Valentines, and I just thought, what a really fun activity for leadership kids in school. So I went to a hobby store. I purchased a whole lot of feathers and glitter and ribbon and all kinds of fun stuff for the kids, and then I let them make Valentines.
The class completed dozens of cards to send to the Spokane Veterans Home. The students knowing firsthand that isolation is real, that COVID can disconnect, and that kindness can just make us feel a little bit better.
I thought it was definitely a good experience to just do something nice for the community. It's been pretty difficult this year to do much of anything, so it was just cool to be a little creative and have fun with it, and then send it out to people that will definitely appreciate it later.
Since going on air and asking for cards, hundreds have been delivered to the station. A cardboard box that sits out front of the CREM 2 studio allows people to drop off, keep safe, and give back. And what it has done is show that many of us crave connection, that a card is more than just paper and words, but a chance to reach out to those who are hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. The handmade notes have come from small towns like Rosalia and from classrooms throughout Spokane, including this leadership class, where the kids are leading by example, hoping that the men and women who have served know that beyond the glass is a class of kids that really care. Reporting in Spokane, Laura Papetti, CREM 2 News. We're here at the Spokane Veterans Home, where we just had the opportunity to drop off hundreds of Valentines, homemade cards and notes that all of you took the time to make and to purchase, and we're so grateful as part of our Valentine's to Veterans program. So first of all, thank you. They're so grateful here at the home to be able to hand these out for Valentine's Day to the veterans. It just is a really comprehensive way to show to the veterans how much the community cares and how much pride we have in our men and women who have served. It has, of course, been a very, very tough time here for the past nearly a year now at the Veterans Home. Many of the folks that live here not able to talk to friends and family in person or spend any time. It's been a deadly virus here at the home. But some good news today is that the veterans that have chosen to be vaccinated have gone through that process, and many of them will be on the second round of shots here very soon. So a little bit of light there and a whole lot of cheer with all the Valentines.
So we want to say thank you so much for thinking of us, thinking of the veterans, of the employees. And it's good to say that, you know, we're holding in and we're doing a really good job, and we appreciate the thoughts and knowing that, you know, we're still here and we're doing well.
So we are officially wrapping up our Valentine's to Veterans program. It is part of our Salute to Service campaign, CREM 2's commitment to our men and women who have served, and so many of you out there joined in with us, and so we say thank you. Reporting at Spokane's Veterans Home, Laura Papetti, CREM 2 News.
This isn't how I want to ride today.
Life is rarely quiet for Army veteran Toby Mason.
Fired up and go.
With a love of rebuilding and riding motorcycles.
That one, I'm trying to get to Willie.
And being a single dad with 3 young daughters, his life is often noisy and full.
It feels like...
But there are the quiet moments, and at times, life goes dark.
It's like standing on a railroad track, watching a train come to hit you, and you can't do anything about it. Like, it's coming.
Panic attacks, unstoppable and relentless. Just one souvenir from war brought home from Iraq. Mason was young, celebrating his 21st birthday by standing guard, living constantly on edge as an Army medic.
Every time you get in the truck, you never know if this is the last time I'm gonna be rolling down a road somewhere. My biggest fear was, I don't wanna die here. Like, this is not where I want my body to be.
In 2008, life in country meant constant vigilance.
Overwhelming. It's like pure adrenaline, anxiety. It's like you're going a mile a minute. Constantly head on a swivel, trying to watch out for anything that's potentially life-threatening going on around you.
He could most easily relax when he felt protected. It wasn't a gun or even a fellow soldier that could help soothe fears and pass time, but it was a dog named Sandbag.
The British Royal Marines dog. Like, I'd be sitting in a gun tower, watching at night, like sometimes during the day, it didn't matter, I did it all the time, and it's like you never knew who was gonna come up to the gate or what they were gonna try and do. And the nice thing having Sandbag there, because I'd carry chicken nuggets in my pockets, in my cargo pockets, and I just taught I'd be, Sandbag, shh, and I just throw nuggets over the thing and feed him to keep him at my tower.
But when Mason came home, he didn't have Sandbag. However, he brought back panic and anxiety. No longer keeping guard in the tower, he was kept confined oftentimes by his own debilitating fear.
It was like, I don't know how to deal with this right now, and I literally can't function.
Petey became Toby's guard dog, not protecting him from invaders from outside, but from demons within.
He would never left me. He'd come down and just sleep next to me on the couch. Like, he never left me. And he could tell when I was like messed up.
Eventually, Petey passed away. Mason is still sad for the dog he lost and aware that with Petey and his passing, he lost part of his ability to cope.
I miss him. That was my dog.
Mason began seeking help with a local counselor through Veteran Services. And while slowly things got better, there was a missing piece to Mason's healing and recovery. Creme 2, along with our many Salute to Service partners, started a plan to expand our Pets to Vets program. We sought to establish a campaign that allowed for special training, shelter dogs that could be trained to help with PTSD-related anxiety and fears.
They're all over.
Monique Smith works with dogs. At her North Spokane Training Center, she quickly signed on to help. Within days, she found Forrest, a 4-legged shelter dog at a local rescue that needed a home. But you can't assume all dogs and humans are meant to be together, so a meeting was arranged. Mason, along with his 3 daughters, Caitlin, Hannah, and Emma, came to meet Forrest to make sure there was a bond, to make sure that he was the one for their family.
I really want to just see if he would do well with the family. That's the number one thing. He has to do well with his girls.
He's pretty chill too.
A bit anxious, surrounded by cameras, the meeting took place, and a friendship was forged.
He's a dog that no one else wanted, that now he has a home, because that's what he needs. Like, every dog deserves that.
Yeah? You gonna go see Toby?
And now the real work can begin.
Come here. No, don't.
Smith will work on training Forrest, giving him some basic tools.
Make sure that they can walk him and he'll sit and he knows just basic obedience stuff.
He wanted to smell the flowers.
Mason will then become part of the training program, working with dog trainer and dog to get everyone up to speed and to get Forrest those special skills needed to help.
Like, when I get my panic attacks or whatever, he'll come and literally lay his head in my chest and hey, pet me. You gonna escape? He will go intervene and be in between and make an obstacle for other people trying to get close to me. I didn't even know dogs were trained to do that. That's awesome.
We'll just take this whole thing off right now.
Forrest will be trained to be an emotional support dog, not a full service dog. Emotional support training will help Forrest be there for Mason during moments of anxiety or panic and provide a protective barrier.
Come on, we'll go this way.
Training a full service dog would take years, while Forrest will likely just face months of training. It's not a fix-all and by no means for everyone. But for Mason, it's a needed part of the process that he, his therapist, and now his dog trainer can support.
I look at it like it's another tool that I can use to help deal with what I got.
And the dog that no one wanted has been rescued, and now he has a family and an assignment of his own. These boxes hold so much more than the treats we put inside. The Creme Cares Treats to Troops packages carry the love and pride of the Inland Northwest to our military members serving around the world. Make a card or buy a small treat and deliver them to any area Washington Trust Bank. Until our men and women can be home with their families, we'll send them holiday wishes from ours.
Creme 2 Salute to Service is sponsored by the Kalispel Tribe of Indians and Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
We want to say a big thank you from everyone at Creme 2 and the Treats to Troops campaign. Thank you to you at home who took the time this month to donate to the Treats to Troops campaign. And because of you, over 400 of these boxes packed up and are going to be shipped out today around the world. All the folks at Washington Trust brought the treats out here to Fairchild Air Force Base this week. The Spouses Club packed it up. And now it will go to the men and women it's intended to serve. And we talked to someone who knows a lot about service and being far from home.
It's awesome to get something from home to remind you of home. And I will tell you, I've been deployed multiple times, but I never got stuff like that you're delivering here. And we just want to say thank you for everything you've done for Treats for Troops. And I think it's over 10 years now. And also I think Washington Trust Bank helped out a lot, and all of our great volunteers here.
Okay, so many items donated, and we had some money donated as well. So the Spouses Club went out and purchased a few extra items to put in the boxes, but each one stuffed with candy and drink mixes, nuts, dried fruit, and special cards. So many of them homemade by the folks out there and you at home. So thank you again for participating in the Creme 2 Treats to Troops campaign. We love it. It's a wrap for this season, and of course it's part of our Salute to Service program that we do with Northern Quest all year long to serve our military and our veterans, and it sort of culminates in this big project that is so much fun because we've been told over and over by the airmen that receive the packages that it just brightens up the day, that they know the people back home here in the Inland Northwest are thinking of them wherever they are. So reporting from Fairchild Air Force Base, I'm Laura Papetti, Creme 2 News. Tree of Sharing itself is so important to us, and so are our veterans. And so we've combined the two, and we have some really great news. I have Russ and Linda with Tree of Sharing to come on in with me. And you guys, I'm going to slip on my mask here real quick so that we can stand and talk for a second. And we have something we'd like to do on behalf of Creme 2. We have written a grant to Tree of Sharing for this year for $3,000 to buy the gifts for the veterans that are represented on that tree. And we know you work with veterans and veterans groups on the tree, so we hope that that can buy some of the gifts.
Well, that's really exciting news because we do have veterans groups that have been calling regarding what was going to be available for them. And so with the need that we have in the community, this is absolutely outstanding news, and we're very appreciative.